last video of our trig that we're going to be doing, and today we're going to be looking at something called the tangent ratio. So again, it's all the same math, but you're dealing with a different ratio. That's all it is. So in previous lessons, we learned about sine, so SOH. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Then you had cosine, which is AH, so that's adjacent over hypotenuse. And then the last one we're going to learn is tangent, which is TOA. So that's opposite over adjacent. So if you guys want to try and remember the acronym for all these, that would be SOHCAHTOA. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. Again, SOHCAHTOA, and that's going to help you to remember these ratios. So right now, if I want to know the tangent of A, which I see that here, that is going to be the opposite side over the adjacent side, and that's going to be the ratio you're going to be looking at. Because again, opposite of my 90 is the hypotenuse, opposite of the angle is the opposite, and then my third side is my adjacent side. So the ratio is opposite over adjacent. So we're going to take this and put it into play. Let's jump over to example number 1. Okay, so the first thing it wants me to do is find the tangent of A. So again, opposite my 90 is always going to be the hypotenuse. That's never going to change, okay? Now it's want me to do A, so I'm going to look at everything from A. So that means this is going to be my opposite side, and that means this is going to be my adjacent side. So I know tangent is TOA, so opposite over adjacent. So I'm going to be doing opposite over adjacent on this one. So the opposite side is going to be 15, and the adjacent side is going to be 8. So 15 over 8 would be it. So that would be the tangent of A. So now on the next one, it's asking me to find the tangent of B. So if I look at this, my hypotenuse is going to end up staying the same. So right now, opposite the 90 is my hypotenuse. Now I'm looking at everything from angle B. So opposite of B is the opposite side, and that makes this the adjacent side. So again, tangent is opposite over adjacent. So that is the opposite side over the adjacent. So that's going to be 8 over 15. So it's basically that flipped over. So ladies and gentlemen, this is how you find the tangent ratios using your triangle here. So let's take this and actually put it into use now. Okay, so right now it wants me to find the measurement of angle A actually. It says X, but you're actually trying to find A here. So let's go ahead and look. It looks like they've given me the angle 35. So right now, I know this is my hypotenuse. Opposite of 35 is going to be my opposite side. And then the third side is going to be my adjacent side. So look, I need to find my opposite side, and I have my adjacent side. So I know the ratio that uses opposite and adjacent is going to be my tangent ratio. So let's go and write out my ratio. So I'm going to be doing the tangent of 35 is going to be equal to the opposite over the adjacent. So opposite over adjacent, which would be A over 20. So now I know, remember, treat this as if it was a number. If I type the tangent of 35 in the calculator, it's going to give me a decimal. So treat this whole thing as a number. So if I want to get A by itself, I'm dividing by 20. So I'm going to multiply by 20 on both sides. So that's going to cancel over here. So literally in my calculator, I'm going to do 20 times the tangent of 35. So on my calculator, I'm going to do 20 times, I'm going to click the trig button and go to tangent and type in 35. And when I click enter, that's going to give me roughly an estimate of 14. So 14.0042 would be the actual answer, but I rounded it to 14 on this one, okay? So that's how you find the missing length using the tangent ratio. Jump over to example number 3. Okay, so on example number 3, we're finding the missing side length again. So I need to find X here. So if you look, they've given me an angle. So I know opposite my 90 is always my hypotenuse. Opposite of the angle they gave me is my opposite side, which makes this my adjacent side. So right now, if you look, I need my adjacent side. I have my opposite side. So I know the ratio that uses opposite and adjacent is going to be the tangent ratio. So I'm going to be doing tangent of the angle, which is 53, is going to be equal to the opposite side over the adjacent side, which is X. So now, just like the other ones I told you, if X is on the bottom, I'm literally gonna take what's over here and I'm gonna trade places with the X on bottom. I'm gonna trade places with both of those. So it's gonna be X is gonna be equal to 6.3 divided by the tangent of 53. So in your calculator, you need to do 6.3 divided by, I'm gonna click that trig button, I'm gonna go to tangent, and I'm gonna type in 53. And when I click enter, that's gonna roughly give me X is equal to 4.75 would be my rough estimate of that value, okay? You notice it gives you a lot of decimals here when you work it this way, okay? Let's jump over to the last example on number 4. Okay, lastly on number 4, it wants me to find the measure of angle B. So I know anytime that you're finding an angle, you have to use the inverse of the ratio. So let's go ahead and look here. I'm looking from angle B right now. I know opposite my 90 is always my hypotenuse. Opposite of my angle is the opposite side, which makes this my adjacent side. So if you look, they've given me my adjacent, they've given me my opposite. So opposite over adjacent uses the tangent ratio. So now I have to do inverse of tangent to find it. So in my calculator, I'm gonna type tangent raised to the -1 power, and then inside the parentheses, I'm gonna put the ratio. So opposite over adjacent. So that would be 25 over 20. So in my calculator, I'm gonna go trig, tangent -1, and I'm gonna type in 25 divided by 20. And whenever I click enter, that's gonna give me the angle measurement of 51.34. So that means angle B is gonna equal roughly 51.34 would be your rough angle measurement, okay? If you have any questions, please let me know, or if you have a teacher in there, let them know. Other than that, hit me up on Schoology if you need help, and good luck on your skill check.